The wait is over. Okay, so while only one person asked me to post more food while I was on my trip, I've been thinking about this video for a couple of weeks now. I love the way that food is a gateway to better understanding different cultures across the world. While I was in Japan with my friends, we made sure to eat at convenience stores pretty frequently. From 7-Eleven to Family Mart to Lawson's, we love the conveni. We got a lot of different snacks and also meals that we could eat for lunch, dinner, or even breakfast. We also loved getting sweet treats at the different convenis. One of my favorite stops was at the conveni in front of Mount Fuji. This conveni has an iconic view and it's a Lawson, so definitely check it out if you make it to Japan. Another favorite stop was Nishiki Market in Kyoto. This market is iconic. It has plenty of food vendors and other types of vendors in and around it that you definitely should check out. My friends and I loved walking around and taking in the sights, smells, and sounds. I also enjoyed getting some food. For example, this broiled crab was so delicious. The meat was super tender, and as a pescatarian was just what I wanted that day. My roommate got to try some gyoza, which was super tasty to her. And then I also got to try a popular Japanese street food called takoyaki, which has octopus in it. And I love the sauce. As a southerner, it kind of reminded me of barbecue sauce. I also will say I got to try the famous in Kyoto cucumber on the stick with my friends. Think of a cucumber, but also think of a pickle. And it's somewhere in between both of them. And then one of our favorite stops the whole trip was a super amazing and delicious Okonomiyaki and Teppan-yaki. We loved the staff, they were super friendly, and we loved all the appetizers from the edamame, to the tofu, to the kimchi. This was my first time trying okonomiyaki, and I didn't know exactly what to expect, but I learned about it, and this place specifically, through the YouTuber It's Your Mom Ashley. When she went to Kyoto, she tried this spot, and it was so good. The closest similarity I'd maybe say is it's like a pizza in that there are a lot of different toppings, but take what you know about pizza, throw it out the window, and this is still very different than that. There's lots of cabbage, lots of vegetables, and if you want to add meat, you can. We decided to go with the vegetarian version. This one has egg on it, so it's not vegan, but it was so delicious. I love the sauce and all the seasonings on it, and with 10 out of 10, I'd recommend this spot. On my first night in Japan, I actually had soba noodles. That was my first time trying them, and I got them cold. It was cool learning how to eat them properly since I'd never had them before, and I'm really grateful for the staff for correcting me when I wasn't eating them properly at first. I also had tempura with it, which was so good. I had shrimp and then also some vegetables that were fried. I also got to try some cuisine that wasn't Japanese, like Szechuan tofu, which I've had before, but it was great to have it in Japan. I really enjoyed it, and of course it was spicy. I also loved all of the different pickled things that I got with different foods, whether they're Japanese or not. This dish is from a Korean restaurant in Koreatown in Tokyo. It is a tofu stew called sundubu jjigae. I really enjoyed it and loved it with the rice. We also got kimchi pie for the table, which was also super, super tasty. When we were at Lake Kawaguchiko near Mount Fuji, we stopped at a local restaurant that served Hoto noodles, which are a variation of udon noodles, but still different, and the stew was so, so delicious. One of my favorite cooking experiences, though, was with our new friend Emmy, who does authentic Japanese recipes with tourists and guests from across the world. She taught us how to make gyoza. We made a delicious salmon dish, and she showed us how to debone the salmon. We had seaweed with it and got to fry the salmon. We made onigiri from scratch thanks to her help. And also, we really made a new friend. She was so sweet, and we would definitely recommend that if you're interested, you book with her. when you go to Tokyo. But we're super proud of the meal we created from scratch thanks to her help, and it was all super, super tasty. So that was one of my favorite meal experiences, and I am making sure to include her info in my caption and video description as well. One of my other favorite experiences, and also one of the favorites of my friend Claire, was getting to go to a place that felt like home sweet home to both of us, which was the good Ole Tennessee Bar in Tokyo. The good Ole Tennessee Bar was actually founded by a UT alumnus named Yoshi. He's awesome. He graduated in '93 and wanted to make sure to bring the Tennessee spirit back to Japan, which is where he's from. And while there, we got to enjoy different types of snacks, but also, of course, drinks that are from Tennessee. So my friend Claire got a Jack and Coke, but also he has a variety of different drinks and beverages that folks can enjoy. On my last night in Tokyo, I was craving tempura again, so I got some, and also really enjoyed the rice that came with it, the miso soup, and the pickled things, of course. All in all, I really enjoyed my food experiences on this trip. It's always fun to me getting to try foods that I don't regularly eat, not being Japanese and never having visited Japan. There were foods I tried for the first time that I'm really glad that I did. As a pescatarian, and someone who eats tofu frequently back home, it was exciting to be able to try it fresh in Japan. And I loved being able to eat with all different types of people and my friends. Food is something that connects us near and far, and I'm so excited to see where my food journey takes me next in my travels. Thanks for watching, and feel free to comment with questions. I'd love to follow up.
ありがとうございました。